don't know what we stopped the last time on. Huh? No. See, every Saturday morning, we do tafsir. We do reflection. So did you want to continue, or do you want to adjust the topic? Is Brother Habib here?
Yes.
He's the one who decides.
Inshallah, with the majority, Khatirah,
Khatirah, inshallah. Okay. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala, amma ba'd. The ru'ya also, you want to continue ru'ya, or the dream, can be from shaitan. Okay? Yes. And it could be very subtle, but very lethal, or trying to be very lethal. Okay? And not necessarily what you see from shaitan is something like nightmares. You know, because you say it's something from shaitan, that means it is so bad and so forth. Not necessarily. Shaitan will come in different directions. There are issues that we have problems in, could be different issues, and it could be one particular issue. Usually, as the scholars are saying, if it is one particular issue that you are weak in, it is your nafs, and you have to be in control of it. But if you find yourself, the temptation or the issues are different, that means shaitan is coming in many different directions. I'm going to share something with you of a ru'ya that was from shaitan. Okay, and I'm going to talk about myself, and I usually don't do that. Okay, about a ru'ya that or a dream that I had, and just to show you how tricky shaitan is. I was planning to go to visit Egypt. Okay. It was a while back, a long time ago. And so, you know, sometimes I have ru'yas, and, you know, I see things, and like everybody. Okay, and some have interpretation here and there. And some ru'yas are alhamdulillah, yani, clear about certain things. And so this time it was not a ru'ya. It was actually a voice. I heard something as I was waking up. Okay, and you know, when you hear it's like, and it's not now in a dream, it is a voice is telling you, there is actual words. Okay, you hear something, and it is like, you know, you don't know how to take this, but you don't take it as something bad, because, you know, it's not bad. But it was about a particular place, just a place, a name of a place that's in Egypt. Okay, and I was wondering, what is this? What does this has to do with anything? Right? So I thought maybe Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is showing me something in that place that I need to go to, very innocently like that. And that place is called Saint Catherine or Saint Katrina, if the Egyptians would say, in Sinai Desert. Okay. So, and I thought, okay, yani, what is there? Okay. Then in the Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala tells us about Sinai and has in it that there is a shajara, a tree that brings duhn, like the oil, naam, and it has goodness in it and so forth. So I thought maybe. And remember, I have a problem with my vision, and it's been deteriorating little by little. So I started connecting. Maybe there is a place there, okay, that has some cure for this, but bi'idhnillah. So I called someone, a relative of mine, and and I say, do you know anything about this area? Yes, our in-law, this and that, he was there, and he knows a lot of people there, and he knows Hakim Sina. You know, there is a Hakim Sina. Everybody know what Hakim Sina is, right? But that is a real Hakim Sina now. It's not like the one you find in Pakistan. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, the Hakim Sina everywhere. But this one got it from his grandfather, right? That they get all kind of medicinal herbs and mix it and things like that. So it's becoming what? Even more, promising. And I said, oh, Alhamdulillah. So maybe I'll go there. And I told him to call him and see if we can talk to him and see if I can see him. And he, called back. He said, yeah, you can go, and I'll call him, and then he will see you there. Okay. Then I get my nephew calling me, telling me I had a ru'ya. I said, Subhanallah, yes, what is it? He said, I was in Egypt and I saw you coming there and you were able to see. And you're talking to me, waving to me, and like I knew that you could see. Subhanallah. Then my niece calls me. I'm just showing you how clever shaitan is. Okay? My niece calls me. I had a ru'ya of you. What happened? You came to my door, knocked on my door, looked in my eyes and talked to me. You could see. So now I'm what? Yeah, I'm 2020 now, right? Alhamdulillah. Then I go to Egypt and I go to Cairo, and then from Cairo I took, my brother-in-law was there and someone else, a young man who's related to us there, and we went to St. Catherine. There's a plane to go there. It's a beautiful area, and it is, subhanallah, it is where the events that I'm attached with in my talk often, which Musa alayhi salam and how he met Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning God, the messenger, he's a messenger. It was in that area. You have the mountain of Tur there, and the mountain, they call it the mountain, Jabal al-Tajalli. The Jabal, when Allah tajalla ala al-Jabal, Musa alayhi salam said, oh Allah, arini anzur ilayk, I want to see you, Allah. Allah said, lan tarani, you'll not see me. Then when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appeared to the mountain collapsed. So that mountain that's collapsed is there. Okay? So it's area I'm personally, with the Quran, I'm attached to in a way too. All of this together. Then I go there and see Hakim Sina, and then I sit with him and with other people, and then he starts talking to me about, the eyes and, and what is this and that. And he tells me people coming from all over the world for me. And people have ru'ya about me, they come from all over the world. Such and such person coming from, Germany, came and he came, and when he saw me, he was trembling because he saw me in the dream. And he said, I saw you and this and that. He had a problem with this. I said, okay. And I'm talking to him like now, it is a time to give da'wah maybe, right? Maybe, it's you're a famous man, now you're giving, and people are coming to translate his books what he wrote, the search that you have and so forth. I said, what did you do when you saw this man and came to you? He said, well, I gave him a gift. I said, what did you give him? He said, I gave him a beautiful rock. Okay, I said, okay. Then we go past by an area where is a mountain. Every chip that you chip off this mountain, it has a fossil in it. You could see some design inside, meaning it's some fossils that has grew inside the mountain here, there, not out on the outside, or from the inside. When you cut it, you see all kind of design in the rock. And people come in and chip in and said, but this brings you luck. You understand? It was all about shirk. It was all about shirk. Okay? Then there is a mountain and people climbing the mountains, and a specific mountain. And then, the young man who was with us, he said, I'll go up the mountain to see, because it's easy to climb with rock. You could go on top of the rocks here and there. It's not difficult, but it's high. And he said, I'll go to see what's going on. And he goes and comes back, and he meets a lot of people in the flat area there on the top of the mountain. What did you see? He said, people come from all over the world here to see the sun rising over Sinai from this point, from all over the world. I said, what is special about this? He said, they are sun worshippers. Okay? So I looked at all of this and said, what is this? And it's not clear to me yet. Okay, until I came back, and the man gave me something to put in my nose, some herbs and things like that, and something to eat, something, from nature there. And there's nothing. But eventually, it came to me, okay, that there because of my desperation, if you will, for my eyesight, Shaitan came to get me to attach to something that besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shirk, some hair of shirk, or here and there, or it was not small, it was big, okay, that he hoped that I would attach to it because of my attachment to the sight and so forth. It was so clever. It was all about Shaitan. Okay? And then I started, realizing how this works, especially with the ru'yas and so forth. So when people come and talk to me about the ru'ya and so forth, this part of it now, it is another dimension that we have to be very careful with, or I had to be very careful with. Example of that, a young girl, she was very young when I met her family. She grew, and mashallah, she's a young lady now, and she calls me, tells me, I had a ru'ya. What is it? And she trembles. She said, I've seen a picture of someone, okay, and a voice tell me that this is your husband, and someone I know, a young man. And I thought, okay, this is something real here. So I try to see what's going on, and I call him, and we talk, and they, indirectly try to see if he's interested. And did you get married yet? No. Okay. Looking for a wife? Yes. Okay. What about this? No. And there's no way that he would be interested in her at all. And he ended up marrying someone else and so forth. And then when I thought about it, it was a mismatch. A mismatch that would cause a lot of problems. And that mismatch, Shaitan wants to match. So Shaitan wants to match, meaning they're completely different people. They cannot get along. Meaning that it is not a creation of a good unit that would worship Allah, but it's a unit that would have problems and so forth. So again, it is a weakness on a person's part, right? Shaitan come in and knocking and pushing this part and so forth. So subhanallah, as Shaitan, when he speaks, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us what he says, he indicates uses the language of tawkid or ta'kid or to impress on what he's saying. لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ. The lam and the noon, I will indeed, certainly, I'm going to. Okay? لَأَغْوِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. You find this lam and the noon again of emphasis. Okay? This kind of anger and frustration and wants to do, you know. And now, yeah, I'll come from right, from the left, from the front, from the back. Now, لَآمُرَنَّهُمْ فَلَيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ. Now, I will command them so they will change the creation that Allah created, meaning manipulated and so forth. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ ضَعِيفًا. The kaid of shaitan is weak, is so weak. Okay? He's trying to be clever, but he is so weak. All you have to do is just say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يخنس. الوسواس الخناس. Waswas, he comes and whispers. But khannas, meaning he goes away with the slighted move. He will, against him, he will run away. He will not stand. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about what he's going to say, the khutbah he's going to say in hellfire. Okay, standing there telling his followers, ما أنا بمصرخكم وما أنتم بمصرخي. I am not the one who will help you, nor you the one who are helping me. You scream as you scream, you seek what you seek. It's not me who's going to help you, nor you going to help me. وما كان لي عليكم من سلطان, that I did not have any sultan over you. And sultan meaning control, power. And the power is basically two kinds of power. Physical one or intellectual one. Physical one meaning forcefully can make you do something. He does not have that power. Or can convince you of something that is completely wrong. He cannot have that intellectual power over you as well. But just waswasa. And he would say, continue by saying, دعوتكم فاستجبتم لي. I called you and you responded to me. That's all there is to it. Just a call. That's all he could do. And he is al-gharur, and meaning the one that presents something that is not the reality. He brings something that you look at, you hear, you see, you touch, or trying to make an understanding of it, and the way it looks, the way it seems, it is not the reality of what it is. That is ghurur, right? You see something on the surface, but when you go to it and you experience it, you find out it is something else. That is all that he could do. And not necessarily will get one out of the path with some obvious evil. Because shirk is not obvious evil, right? Like a man came to my door once trying to with the Jehovah's Witness and so forth about, talk about Christianity and so forth. So I was asking him, what makes you right? Tell me what makes you right. Okay, he said, the Bible is from God and talking about, Jesus and so forth. I said, well, some Buddhists will come and give me another book and say, this is from God and Buddha is this and that. What makes you different than him? Give me, you have to give me, you have the proof, right? He said, well, I was this and that, meaning he was, taking drugs, he was alcoholic, he was this and that. And when I took Jesus in my heart, now I'm so clean and this and that. He found Jesus. So what did Shaitan do with him? From the obvious evil to not so obvious evil. Okay? So coming to him with drugs and this and that to take him away. And he now is fighting this, so he takes him with a bouquet of roses, right? Something looks beautiful and so forth and kind, but the shirk, the absolute shirk is still there. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we seek refuge with Allah from ash-shaytan al-rajim, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and get us out of this life clean, غانمين سالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين. If you would like to make any comments or say anything, inshallah. I know your mind working now. Which ru'ya you had was about from shaitan, right? Alhamdulillah. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.